I want to thank you for showing up to our conference. So a little bit about the council. For the main part, we want to distribute health and safety and environmental education to all the workers. Okay, I have to thank Honorable Premier David Burt, Elizabeth Cast, Gabriel Can, Derek Bean, Gary Lightbourne, and Kevin Smith. Okay, like always, it is important that we research our origins. Okay, and we've always noticed that we have far more similarities than we do differences. Notably, it's inherited from our geographic location. Okay, beginning with motherland, which is known for its agriculture, its tourism. And right now, President Paul Biya is constructing 5 new stadiums in central Cameroon for the upcoming African Nations Cup tournament, where all the African nations are going to unite on the game of football, which is originally an English sport. Okay. Coincidentally, in the United Kingdom, Theresa May has her hands full, and she's now backing immigration plans for 1 million workers for their construction boom. Hundreds of towers, thousands of homes. And on this very street is actually the Model Apartments, which is an entity that spread global and enhance the societies of many nations through the English Bill of Rights, the Magna Carta, trial by jury. It is what we govern ourselves as a community. And it's these debates that's actually led me to question what's going to happen in the Premiership, Champions League, or the 3 Lions in 2020 if England's no longer in Europe. But nevertheless, not other would emulate these strong spirits more than the United States of America, home to more than 300 million people, who spends more on their army than 9 other countries combined. And now they're making their own headlines. If anyone of you watch Fox or CNN or NBC, and President Trump is building his own wall. So as we zero in to our current location, that is in St. Vincent, the airport is recently complete. In the Cayman Islands, they're building their own Ritz-Carlton. Puerto Rico, not only are they rebuilding their infrastructure and power plant, but also their own St. Regis. Which brings us home to the Bermudas. Now I know all of you are sitting on the edge of your seats, waiting to see which project I'm going to bring up, but it's not going to happen. So we are the 5th smallest country in the world. We are the 3rd dense country in the world. We came in number 1 as being the most expensive place on earth, which is what has led us to the Bermuda Construction Safety Council, so that we can all share our own ideas, our own education, our own knowledge. That's why we had the open forum at Bermuda College. So our citizens could petition our leaders on their employee rights, employee responsibilities, certification programs, and Bermuda College stepped up to the plate, providing an excavation program, Crane Operator Association, OSHA 10, and now in 2019 we're re-engaged with the ACCA, which is a university level. But these discussions continued, not only with Bermuda College, but also with Bermuda government. international certification, labor relations, as well as overseas with the United States, Department of Labor, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, the NCCR, Canada, BCSP, and in the United Kingdom, OFCRA, British Safety Council, as well as Africa, the AFAA. So I have to give thanks to the awards committee. Keisha Wales, Donnie Francis, Gabriela Moreno, Connie Bean, Christy Dixon, Veronica Manderson, Norette Simmons, Michelle Munish, and Lanelle Williams for joining forces and rewarding those men for all those long hours in night school class, waking up early and doing it all over again. Now, OSHA was put together so that we will not repeat the mistakes that have been made in the past, starting in New York in the 1970s. We've learned that safety, personal protective equipment is our last line of defense. Following health, infection control is one of the focal points of our studies. And environmentally, not only for our own bodies, but as well as our habitat. And that, we notice the lionfish are now eradicating our coral reefs, which has led us to our conference here this evening. So our theme is inclusion. Okay? Everyone is a member. Membership cannot be revoked. Persons can only eliminate themselves. So whether you're a native, work permit holder, PRC, wet feet, dry feet, it doesn't matter. If you work along with us, then we have our own rules. And it is our job to improve the Bermudian safety culture. Let's face it, Bermuda is another world. For we recognize that race is defined by language. Physical attributes are at best a semi-intelligent conclusion. And we accept that no one race is superior or another inferior. We don't have first class nor second class citizens. Nor does the color of a man's skin have any more significance than the color of his socks. Now in the Bermuda Construction Safety Council, we all stand and can speak as free beings. For far too often, thousands of our workers, they look for light, and they're showing nothing but darkness. Let's face it, the road that is smoothly paved, someone's been there before. So we are forced to lead. And in our leadership, there may be cuts and scrapes along the way. We may become exhausted, we may look like sheep. But over and over again, we arrive on time. And we deliver what we said that we would deliver. Moreover, we choose to exemplify positive attributes. France won the World Cup with a group of individuals that had nothing in common ethnically. They were all the best in their positions, and they all represented France. So, if we allow outside influences to overcome our own ideals, then we'll return to the mistakes of the 1970s or of the 18th century. We'll be headed towards our own apartheid or Brexit, or we'll be dubbed as dreamers. Therefore, we have decided not to lead by 2% or even 54%, but as 100%. As we move into a new decade of financial technology, many of our workers will be called home. Those that have emigrated to other countries. And we will have to work in concert with one another. We'll have to build new partnerships and invest in our own people. For we believe not in the good of our own pockets, but in the good of our community. Long-term goals over short-term profits. Because ultimately, we live in a culture of our own making. And as we strive, as we excel, as we achieve, there may be difficult times along the way, but we can do it together. All right, thank you, John. Thank you, ladies.